This is Govs Radio.
Govs Radio.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Comedy Radio Show, coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club here in Levittown. The legendary Governor's Comedy Club. Let me take this off. Hi, everybody. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show coming at you live on govsradio.com. That is the website. That's where you can see all of our great shows. Govs Comedy Club Radio. That is the name of the Facebook page. That is the name of the YouTube channel. That's where you can watch our shows as well. But if you don't want to sit around on your tablet or on your computer, on your phone, your device, you want to sit back on the couch, you want to rub your belly, and you want to eat Cheerios and drink beer and watch something on your TV, your 60-inch TV, well, you might not want to watch this face on a big screen TV, but you want to see those.
Baby, that sounds really good.
You want to watch on your TV? Well, guess what? If you have if you have a smart TV, if you have a Roku, if you have a Fire Stick or an Apple TV or any of those smart things, you can download an app called Boxcast. Sounds just the way it's spelled, just the way it sounds, Boxcast. Download that app. All of your favorite Govs Radio shows are on the app called Boxcast. Even your shows on Govs Radio that aren't your favorite. They're all there. Govs Radio, all the great shows are right there on the Boxcast app, so you can sit back on your TV and watch all the great shows. As our good friends Dr. Ken Pichelle and Dr. Don Sill say, we on TV, y'all! That's right. Please hit those hearts. Please hit those likes. Please hit the share button. Tell everybody you know about the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Tell all your friends, your family, your strangers. Tell them about this show. Tell them about all the great shows here on Knockem Dead, here on govsradio.com. The Teespring commercial played, so I don't have to go into that whole big spiel, but if you take a picture of yourself with the Govs Radio swag, send it to us on Facebook, you'll get yourself a free pass at any of the three great Governors Comedy Clubs. 3 great clubs, 5 great stages, all of them great shows. You'll get a free pass. If you go to teespring.com, take a picture of yourself with Govs Radio swag and send it to us on Facebook. We appreciate all the support, whether it's going to Teespring, whether it's just hitting the hearts and likes and sharing. We appreciate all that support. We are currently working on the studio. We have the technology back up. We're still testing it. Not everything is working perfectly, but we're getting there. The phones aren't up yet, but we're hoping maybe next week. We're going to get video screens up here behind us next week. Things are happening. Things are cooking. Things are shaking. So, again, appreciate all the support. We appreciate all the support with Governor's Comedy Clubs as well. Govs.com is the website to the club, Governor's Comedy Club, featuring the biggest comedians in the country right here in this very legendary club. Please go to Govs.com. You can get on their mailing list. where there's exclusive information, and you can get some more free passes down the line. You can see their schedule and find out when they're opening and what's happening, what's cooking at govs.com. And I will mention, there, like I said, 3 great clubs. It's come to our attention that some people think the Bohemia location has closed. As you know, I mean, all 3 clubs aren't open right now, Levittown, Belmore, Bohemia. But that's only temporary due to COVID. As soon as all 3 clubs are allowed to open, they will. And they're all going to be following the proper protocols and procedures for COVID. But some people, for some reason, I think some of the property around it, or
Yeah, they saw like a for sale sign or something,
Yeah.
like on the same like
on the lot
strip
somewhere
or something.
See, the thing is, in Bohemia, you can't see Governors from the street. It's a little strip of stores. It's right behind the McDonald's. And it's a little strip of stores, and Governors is all the way on the end, so you can't really see it from the road. But people are seeing some for sale sign. So, but Governors in Bohemia is returning as soon as it's allowed to. It's not for sale. It's not going anywhere. It's just temporarily closed, like the other clubs, like all comedy clubs are. So, Governors in Bohemia returning. Also, speaking of Governors, they announced yesterday that they're going to be putting together some Zoom shows because, unfortunately, the clubs are not open. They've been closed for months. So they are gonna be. It's official. There's been talk about it for months. The idea has been flowing around. Everybody and their mothers have been contacting the club. You should do this. You should do that. Okay, we heard you. So they are putting together some Zoom shows. So we'll pass along some more info on that as soon as we get it. Govs Radio might be involved in it. We're hoping. So, lots of things happening here with the best comedians in the whole country right here at Governor's Comedy Club. So I mentioned govs.com. Govsradio.com, of course, is our website. You can go there, and you can see our shows there, and you can learn about all the shows and read the bios and see our scheduling and what's cooking, what's happening on govsradio.com. And, of course, knockemdeadcomedy.com. That is the comedy troupe that Sallie and I work with, along with Eric and a great cast of performers. We're hoping to get back out there as soon as we're able to, as soon as we're allowed. But we're even doing some virtual stuff as well. So if you want to have a small group and have a little Zoom or virtual event, you can reach out to Knockem Dead Comedy. We do all sorts of comedic audience interactive shows, mainly murder mysteries, which are a lot of fun, but we do a lot of audience interactive comedy shows. So knockemdeadcomedy.com. Okay, and I don't have to. I'm not going to go much. I'm not going to go into Bella Vista Pizza or Gina because you can see them underneath us, right? That is playing underneath us. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, right there.
And I'm set, Sharon. So just so you know.
All right. So I'll just quickly do 2 ads, and then we'll get on our way here. Rosalind Social, the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. We thank Gina Conjemi-Coffin. We thank Bella Vista Pizza. Their information is running below us during the whole show. Also, Rosalind Social, located in the heart of Rosalind Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Their rooftop lounge is open. They're available for takeout, curbside pickup, delivery. They're on your favorite food service apps. And their famous cocktails and desserts are available to go as well. That's right. Rosalind Social, great food, great atmosphere, just a great place all around. You'll love it. So check them out. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, 516-801-4963. Thank you. And say hi to Nick. Thank you from Rosalind Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. And, of course, the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body, who for more than 25 years has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Two Eagles Auto Body handles foreign and domestic automobiles and motorcycles using such techniques as state-of-the-art paint spray booths and computer color matching. In the event of an accident, Two Eagles Auto Body has their own tow trucks and will walk you through the process from start to finish. From tow through insurance process to return of your vehicle, we are with you. So please call Two Eagles Auto Body at 516-328-2527, located in New Hyde Park, Long Island. Again, Two Eagles Auto Body. Please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. Hi, everybody. Hello, Andrew Fremder. Hello, Eric Shevlin. I want to rub your belly. Okay, thanks. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Hello, Mom. Hello, Captain Jack. And maybe graze your schmeckle.
Grass, right?
What?
I thought it was grass.
Oh, Graz is watching?
No,
No.
that I thought that's what
What?
I thought that's what the comment said. Grass.
No, it's graze.
Oh, all right.
Kenny Shevlin. Hello, Taz. What if I shaved the Govs Radio logo on my back? I will give you $5 if you do that. That would be awesome. Everybody's saying hi to each other here this morning. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. All right. you, Sallie O'Neill, you had some stuff prepared for yesterday.
Yeah.
You did not do much because I had a lot.
But I'm glad that you had a lot because I had like a really busy morning. So I just threw some stuff down that if like we were stuck, I would, just pull it out and
Well, let me pull
throw
it
it
out.
out there. But yeah, you had stuff too. You
I
had
do have
3
stuff.
things, right?
I have-
from yesterday alone.
I have four things from yesterday that I never got to.
Yeah.
And I have more on top of that.
Wow. And
Wow.
hi everyone. Everyone said hi. Hi Andrew. Hi everyone. Good to see you. It's nice when Tass watches. I get a kick out of her.
Well, that's every day, isn't it?
And it's Friday. It's Friday, December 11th.
Oh, thank you for that. I
Yeah.
totally forgot.
Yeah, me too.
My apologies.
That's okay.
I like doing that. That's our thing.
It's our
Like
thing.
Johnny Carson used to come out and he used to swing the golf club. Letterman used to run across
And,
the stage, and then as he walked out, he would look back.
and our thing is that we tell people the date.
Well, the thing, no, our
we
thing
are
is
so sad.
no, our thing is me not knowing the date, and I turn to you and you tell us.
Kind of know
That's- I know the date every day, by the way, but that's what I'm saying. That's our
don't.
thing. But
Yeah.
that's our thing. Everybody has their intro thing, and I think that's fun. Today is
December 11th.
December 11th. Welcome to the Knockem Comedy Radio Show.
December 11th feels like it was like some big day. Like December 8th is John Lennon Dead Day.
December 7th is Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, I feel like December 11th is something.
Well, yesterday was the start of Hanukkah.
Oh,
December 10th is my father's birthday.
10th. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe that's what you're thinking of, because that's a.
Is Hanukkah
it's a big day.
always is Hanukkah like Christmas, or is Hanukkah like Thanksgiving? Like is Hanukkah always the
No, it's the
second
Christmas.
Thursday in December, or is it always December 10th?
No, I don't know. I don't know the rules and regulations to the Jewish religion. I don't know. It's never the same date. I don't know how they determine.
Yeah, because I was surprised to hear that it started on a Thursday. Because remember yesterday I was like, you're like, oh, it's Hanukkah today. I'm like, no, isn't it like Friday?
I have no idea how it works.
All right.
And even Christmas. I mean, at least Christmas is December 25th every year. But
Yeah.
But even that, who decided that? Because that's not Jesus' birthday. His birthday is like, I think, June or July or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who
you didn't
told
know
you that? I knew it was like some other time. Like it wasn't told to me like that. Like, oh, it was June or July. It was told to me like the pagans always had the December 21st festival of winter solstice and the celebration of nature, and like
Pagans always fight with the Hell's Angels.
no, they don't. And then the Christians just came along like they always do and stole the holiday. That's what I
Yeah.
was told. Like
Christians.
we're gonna make Jesus' birthday December 25th. Yeah. So I thought it was like that. I didn't know that they knew that it was some other time.
Oh yeah. No, they knew it was June or July, but they for some
Yeah.
reason I've always heard June or July. I think, who was I talking to? Somebody told me that they heard it was February, but I believe it's June or July. All right, but what do you got?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Well, I don't want to steal your thunder, so I'll
Who, me?
Yeah, because the first thing on my list, or you want me just to do yesterday's?
Do whatever you want. Do
Well,
something.
I
damn it.
wanted to. I think we should just right out of the gate talk about the sweet shop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Did you have that on your list?
It is on my list.
Okay.
Actually, that wasn't even one of the things that I was including, but I have it down. I have a lot going on
This is
here.
crazy. Okay. So we go to the sweet shop
Yesterday.
Yeah, after lunch or
For lunch.
after here for lunch. And we're sitting there, and the sweet shop is great. First of all, we love it. Harry is the owner. It's a family-owned place in Hicksville, and his parents have like ran it for what, 40 years? I don't even know.
Almost 50 years, yeah.
Yeah, and they're great. I don't know which one's shorter than the other. Like his parents are just like these like this Greek parents, and they work so hard.
You know who loves the sweet shop? Jackie the Joke Man Martling.
Oh yeah.
We introduced
Did we
him.
take him there twice?
Yeah, well, you and I and Eric, we took him there, and he loved it. And then I think the next time we were going to lunch with him, I think it was him that actually said, "Are we going back to that place?"
Yeah. Well, they make their own ice cream. It's a really good place. So they actually redid it a lot too because they had time off with COVID. Not a lot of people were in there because it was closed down. So it's really nice. And but it's a diner, but it's not.
It's a luncheonette.
It's better. Yeah, it's better
Not
than
a diner. It's not a diner. It's a luncheonette.
Yeah, they're great. So
A luncheonette is like a step above a diner.
So we go in there. There's not a lot of people, but there's one man sitting at the counter, and this is so funny. Like I'm staring at him. Like I have the view of like the restaurant, whereas Tony's just staring at me, which I kind of like.
Yeah, my back was to him.
You just stare at me the whole time while I like.
Is that
look
why
at
you do
everything.
that?
Yeah.
Sallie went to the very first
I
booth
want
in
you
the place.
only to have eyes for me.
Right, so that where I was sitting in the booth, I could only see the front door, and the whole rest of the place is behind me, so I had no idea what's going on.
Just look at me.
Sally's looking at other people's asses, while I just have a view of the front door.
A lot of asses.
Yep.
Men and women,
You just admitted you were checking out this guy at the counter.
Yep.
They have, the stools, and people who can sit at the counter and eat their lunch.
Right. So I'm looking over and I see this guy. I want to be able to do it on camera. So I'm going to use let's see. Pretend this is the counter. This is exactly what happened. All of a sudden, I'm looking at this guy and he starts to do this. And he's like that. So I go to Tony. I'm like, look. And he looks over, and then Tony turns back to me and goes, "What is he? What is he trying to read something?"
Well, yeah, his
he's like passed out.
Well, that's the
What is
thing.
he? What is he? Doesn't have a menu under his forehead. What is he trying to read something?
But that's the thing. When I looked over, he wasn't passed out. His eyes were open. That's why I was like, "What is he doing?"
But his forehead was like planted on the
counter. His forehead
counter.
was on the counter. But that's why I got confused. I figured if he passed out, his eyes would be closed. But he seemed to be awake and was moving a little bit. So I just thought he was doing something.
So by time I finished telling Tony, no, he wasn't reading. The guy kind of like woke up a little bit, and he was like kind of like sitting there, confused himself.
Yeah.
And then he starts to like get up. I'm like, oh, I go, this isn't going to go well. So he starts to. Plus, you're thinking COVID, like you want to save the world, but you don't want to die either. So you're like, uh-oh. And at the end, I don't think the guy had COVID, and I'll tell you why later. But we're like he's like walking up to the front to just pay.
Well, he didn't walk to the front. He stumbled to the front.
Yeah.
The front cash, the front desk to pay.
So Tony got Harry's attention, like there's something going on with this guy. And then so Harry starts to pay attention to him as he's like walking up to the
not
counter.
At first. Harry's a very low-key guy.
Yes.
and
yes, you have to read his face to know
Right.
all the excitement that is actually in his brain.
He's a little bit like Droopy Dog. You know what?
But his brain
happy.
is like kind of
Yes.
like a duck on water. They look really calm,
So-
which is a great restaurant person to have
Well,
because
right.
you want to be able to go to a table and be like, my fingers are on fire, but you just want to be like, enjoy your meal. Like Harry's good that way.
He's probably great at poker because he's just so stone-faced. Because I get his attention and I go, is that guy okay? and this is Harry's response. He looks at the guy and then he looks back at me.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all we got out of Harry. But
Tony's
then,
like, he's not trying to read, Harry. Harry, he's not reading.
then sure enough, by the register where you pay, there's like, there's stuff.
They
there's
sell
like
stuff.
Homemade chocolate and stuff that's hanging on things and hooks and stuff. So the guy, he's standing at the register waiting, but you see he's sweating, he looks pale, and you see like first his head starts to shake a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he goes like this. He starts going into the chocolates and stuff.
He did. It was exactly like that. We're not exaggerating this.
So I immediately pictured like a movie where everything was about to go flying. So then you just hear Harry, "Are you okay?" I don't think the guy's okay, Harry. At this point, I'm already up.
Yeah.
And I go right to the guy. Hey,
Yeah.
why don't you come have a seat? Now, to Harry's credit,
Yeah.
I don't know where Harry came from. Because this guy was big. He was 6 foot something, and he had a little bit of weight to him.
Yeah.
He was big.
And what do you think?
So-
Like 65? How old?
Oh, you think he was that old? I don't think he was that old.
Really?
I'm thinking late 50s, 60 tops.
Oh wow, he did not age well.
Well, he had a lot. He had a lot of white hair. I mean, I do too. I don't, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm only 50 for crying out loud.
All right, okay.
So I start walking with the guy. I'm like, why don't we go have a seat? And he's big and he's wobbling. And all of a sudden, Harry was on the other side of him, helping me move this guy. Which I don't know where Harry.
Yeah,
even
he's
came
quick.
from. But,
He's on top of things. He has a poker face.
yeah. So we go to a stool, and then Harry and I look at each other like we almost said at the same time. We're like, stool's not a good idea.
Yeah,
because he could have. Yeah. So we move him to a booth. And at this point, this guy is sweating. He's pasty. He's
really
pale.
white.
Yeah. So you call 911.
Yeah, because I actually said, I was like, hey, should I call 911? And then you nodded at me, and then I was
Well,
like,
nobody answered you, which I thought was weird too. They all just kind of stood around, and I was
Because
like, yeah, call 911.
because we wanted him to like he was talking, so I was like, should we call 911? Or and he just didn't answer, and then like he stumbled again, and I just said, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, he was in and out.
Like this guy's not going to stroke out in front of me.
Well, that was the thing. At one point, while we're moving him, you see all of a sudden he kind of does one of these, and he was waking up, and he looked at me. He goes, "What?" I go, "We're sitting you down." And then he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I blacked out." I was like, "Yeah, no shit."
Yeah, and then he goes, I think I blacked out over there too. And he goes, oh, and then Tony goes, yeah, I caught that one too.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
All right, so you call 911. And then, here's the kicker, right? Is that the next part of the story?
Well, the lady, I said, once he was sitting and he was like wiping his own sweat and stuff, I was like, I'm just so you know, I'm on the phone with an ambulance. I'm going to send an ambulance. So then he said, no, I don't need one. He goes, I just haven't eaten in like a day. And so I'm a little lightheaded. So I said that to the ambulance lady, and she goes, yeah, we're going to send someone out anyway. And then if he doesn't want to go with them, then he doesn't have to go. But at least we'll be safe. So I said, that's a great idea. And I told him that, and he goes, all right, thank you. But then he picks up his phone, and he starts making phone calls, and he said to the first person, I'm not going to be able to pick you up right now. You're going to have to call someone else to get you. And I was thinking, well, that's great. And then he makes the next phone call, and he goes, yeah, I'll pick you up later. And I go, yeah, I really don't think you should be picking anyone up in a car. And he like looked at me, and I go, yeah, I'm serious about this. And then he's like, oh yeah. He goes, and then this is what Harry.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to drop the bomb here.
So Harry goes, Harry's like nearby, and he goes, and then the guy said something like, yeah, I've had a fever for 3 days, and
since Monday.
Yeah, and then.
And I have diabetes.
Yeah, he said so, but I have diabetes. My doctor said that. My doctor said something about the antibiotics, and I said, yeah. I said, sometimes you can be like a little nauseated when you have an antibiotic if you haven't eaten something. And he said, yeah, I think that's what this was. And he goes, and then after like about 10 minutes, he said, I'm already starting to feel better. And the color came back into his face, and he wasn't sweating. Like he was just sitting there, and it was almost like an SNL thing where he was just like dripping sweat. Yeah. And he stopped sweating. But so that's what it was. He has diabetes. He went to a doctor who gave him so I'm telling Harry this because Harry was freaking out. Like which I totally agree with. Who would go into a restaurant if they have a fever this year?
For 3 days and counting.
Right. So I said, because Harry's like, it's COVID. So I go, you know what? I'm no doctor, but I don't think it is, because when you go to get COVID tested and you have a fever, they don't give you an antibiotic. They give you an antibiotic if you have diabetes and a wound isn't healing and your body is trying to fight an infection of some sort and you have a fever. Like, I think that's kind of what's going on here. So, like I said, I'm not really worried about it. And so he was like, all right, well, that makes sense. I mean, and I was like, well, don't go by me, but that's kind of my guess, because he said all of that in one sentence. So then what's so funny is Harry's mother walks in.
All right, well, hang on.
Okay.
Harry and I were both shocked
go ahead.
to hear about the fever, because we helped this guy and we were in contact with him.
Tony
and we're like,
made out with him for a while too, so we're all worried.
Yeah, well, I figured while he's passed out, I can pull a Cosby. Yeah. So, but I was like, what? So both of us like, what in the world?
Yeah, why are you in here?
So what happened? So But then so the ambulance was called, but it had to be. This guy was sitting there for about 10 minutes, and no ambulance yet. And he even said, he goes, if I left and went to the police station myself, it would have been quicker.
Well, you actually went.
I went next door. There's one of the Hicksville Fire Departments is right next door. I walk in. I go, sorry to bother you guys, but we had somebody pass out in the sweet shop over here. I said, you got an EMT around somewhere?
Yeah. This is while I was on the phone with the ambulance.
Well, if 911 needs us, they'll be in touch. I'm like, you guys just can't. I go, we're right next door at the sweet shop. And literally next door. I said, you guys can't. Nah, we got somebody else on a call already. There's 3 of them standing there. And I'm thinking, all right, you're on a call already. So you're either super rushing to get there as you were standing there just bullshitting, or somebody else is handling it, which has nothing to do with you.
Right. The emergency guys from that old TV show we used to watch, they would have grabbed their bag and ran out.
That's right.
Yeah, they would.
Randolph Mantooth.
Right. They would
emergency.
They would have pushed you out of the way and ran.
That's right. They would have put on their fire hats too.
Yeah.
Even though there's no fire.
Safety first.
But so I was like, so you can't.
But I knew they would do that to you.
Yeah.
And so I actually texted Tony. I was like, the ambulance is coming. Just come back. Because I knew that they weren't going to help.
So the guy eventually gets up. He's like, I'm not waiting anymore. He goes, I'm leaving. He goes, I live about a half mile up the road. He goes, I'm going
I feel
home.
better. I'm just going to go.
So we're like, really? You really shouldn't drive. I don't care if it's half mile or 8 miles. You shouldn't. No, I'm feeling better. I'm just going to go. And then he even said something like, I feel better. This hasn't happened to me in a while, so I think I'm okay. Like, it hasn't happened to you in a while.
Which makes me feel much better that it wasn't COVID, because this is just something that happens to this guy. It's not.
It was. He still shouldn't have taken off.
He shouldn't have come in, and he shouldn't have left.
Yeah, true. So he's gone. The ambulance does show up after he leaves, literally maybe 10 seconds after he leaves. But they came in the front. The guy left the back. So I said to the cop, he just left. Get back there. Get that back there now, officer.
Run, emergency.
Run. So they didn't find him.
And they didn't rush.
Yeah. They come back in and they leave. All right, so now pick it up from where Harry's mother in. But first, before you get to that, I just want to point out I'm having trouble seeing comments.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Where's your phone?
It's right here. Where you put it. The video isn't freezing, but the comments seem to have frozen. I refreshed it once and it worked, but now it seems to have frozen again. So if I'm not reading comments, bear with me. But we're in the middle of the story anyway. Okay, so
yeah, sure.
So Harry's mother comes in after the fact.
And Harry's parents,
it's their place.
Yeah, but Harry's parents, I love them. Because they're like this little old couple that have worked together for so long, and everything about them I just adore.
And she makes the chocolates.
Yeah, but they are hardcore working people, and they don't take any lip from anyone, which is why I love them even more. And so, the first time I saw Harry's mother, I was like, oh my goodness, who's that? Because she came up from the basement. And I'm like, Harry, you keep your mother in the basement? And he's like, she makes all the chocolate down there. I'm like, I've come in here for years. I've never seen her. Why is she always in the basement? That's how hardworking she is. So she walks in and she's, and she looks at Harry, and Harry goes, well, there was I don't even know what he said to her.
I believe he spoke in Greek to her.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that was.
Yeah. Well, she flipped her shit, and she just looked at him and said, why did you let him in here? He has to her he had COVID. So I don't know what Harry said to her, but he probably mentioned fever for days, whatever, and that's it. So he said she was just really mad, and she was yelling at Harry. And I was listening, and I was just kind of nodding, and then she kind of walks away. And I think Harry expected me to say, "Oh no, he has diabetes, he has this, he's had this before. He went to a doctor for antibiotic. They wouldn't have given him antibiotic unless he had an infection, a bacterial infection." Whatever it was. But Harry's mother walks away, and I look back at Harry, and Harry's looking at me like this. Like this guy who has no expression ever. He was so mad at me that I didn't like. And I go, "Oh, did you want me to like tell?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I expected you to tell her everything that you told to me." And I go, "Are you afraid you're going to get a talking to?" He goes, "Yes." He was so mad.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that your whole story?
Yeah. Why? What else?
Why are you leaving me out of this?
Why? What'd you say? What'd you do?
She yelled at me too.
What'd she say?
Were you not there?
No, I was already thinking about how I should have done it differently for Harry. What'd she say to you? I'll remember what she said.
She was yelling at me too. She's yelling at Harry. She's yelling at me.
She was yelling at everyone.
And she turned to both of us. You guys, why would you guys help this guy? You know, when he...
Oh, that's right.
And I'm the one, I actually said, well, we didn't know he had a fever when he was in here. It wasn't until after the fact that he told us. She goes, it doesn't matter, she says. I go, what do you mean it doesn't matter? She goes, with everything going on now, you don't touch him. I go, oh, okay. I said, so...
And Tony said this to the mom, who literally, no kidding, if you guys were in a scrapple, my $10 is on her.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So I said to her, oh, okay, so in your restaurant where people are eating and you want people to come in, when they see this body on the floor with a cracked open head because his head hit the floor when he passed out, you'll just say to them, don't worry, just step over him and enjoy your meal? What are you talking about? And she actually went, yes.
She said yes.
She says, you don't touch anybody. You let them fall.
And she just had this relief on her face that at finally Tony understood what he should have done, and then she just walked past.
No, before she walked past, she looked at me. She goes, did you wash your hands?
Right.
And I said,
she did.
And I said,
and you got
no.
up like
and she
so
goes,
fast.
Well, I went, no. She goes, go wash your hands. And off I went. And I did. And I washed my hands thoroughly. And I came back, and yeah, she was gone. I turned to Harry.
Yeah.
I said, Harry, I just got a scolding from your mom.
He was like, yeah.
He was, yeah, no kidding. We both did. And that's when he looked at you and was like, why don't you help me?
No, he yelled at me for a long time while you were in the bathroom. Because she left right after that. And he was like, I thought you were going to tell her about this. I thought you were going to tell her about that. I thought you were going to tell her about this. He looked at his face like his face, like as if we were playing baseball and a baseball from someone else went through someone's window and I didn't, and Harry got blamed for it and I didn't stick up for him. Like that. What did you do?
I mean, I think it worked out because, you know, I don't have any symptoms. There's nothing going on.
What are you reading something? She was so serious. Like
his eyes were open. I didn't know what was going on.
I had to answer you. Like.
Oh, I was really asking you.
I know you were. So I was half laughing, half I can't believe I would explain to you. No, he's not reading something. And oh my God, call 911. Like all in like one moment. What is he? Is he reading?
Hey, the guys at the sweet shop are even worse because this guy was at the counter right where they're working and cooking stuff. They didn't even see that.
No.
There was Harry. There were the two waitresses. There's the other nice guy who cooks. The parents weren't around at the time, but there were 4 people behind the counter.
Right.
And none of them saw this guy do a face plant on the counter.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a boom. It was like,
No,
it was
but yeah,
seriously
he
that
did- he
slow.
went down slow.
Like I watched it because it was like this. He was like,
It's like watching the $6 Million Man. Yeah, and even when he was at the register, too, he did the same thing. At first, his head kind of did one of these.
Yeah.
And then he just started leaning forward.
That's
crashing
why,
into stuff.
like I thought maybe it was like dehydration because you know, like when you see people when they do marathons and all of a sudden their body is like all jaggedy at the end.
Dehydration. The guy just had lunch at the counter.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like when you're dehydrated, you can't drink water and be undehydrated. You have to go get an IV. It's really serious. Yeah. Like sometimes you just get to a point where you're like screwed. But
Well, that's all right.
But that's what I thought it was. I was worried it was a heart, but I didn't think it was. But I thought he's definitely going to the ground.
Yeah, that was something.
And at one point, like when you picked a booth, it was like the booth right where like our food was going to be laid. So I was like, let me just get this stuff out of your way, because I was like, if the ambulance people are coming and they're helping him, they need that spot. But at the same time, this guy's going to be like coughing in my Diet Coke.
It's a sweet shop, man. They have the best food. They have the best homemade ice cream. That's all I was thinking the whole time.
And
I just want my lunch, man.
And as the guy's sitting there, Harry like runs around and he starts like, he's got like all the alcohol out and he's the swabs and he's like doing the whole entire area where he was, and you know.
Yeah.
They were mad. But yeah, I mean, I don't blame them, you know. Don't go out to a place.
Yeah, I don't know what that guy was thinking. But they said he's been in there before. He's not regular, but he's been there before. So I hope they smack him when next time they see him.
Yeah.
I might when I see him. So there you go.
But that was the sweet shop story. You're still not getting comments?
I'm not.
Oh, really?
I'm not.
Let me look on mine.
All right, you look on yours. While you do that, I want to play something.
Okay, go. You want this on?
Yes.
See how I anticipated your needs that time?
Thank you for anticipating my needs.
This is Friday, and this is the first day I was on top of that. We're working out the kinks, people. It's been a long time since I've had to, like, you know, do all this stuff. Like if I had to do...
Choking on my words. So everything still hurts. Today I lost a love I never had. I'm the one to blame. I tried to play the game. It's 3 a.m. and you're still on my mind. But I'll just say I'm fine.
Who is this, Sallie?
I'll just say
I would recognize this voice anywhere, so it's not fair to ask me.
Seriously? Or is it because you peeked?
No, I was like, oh, is this such and such? And it was.
I'll just say
I love his
I'm
voice.
fine.
It's just so sweet.
I'll just say
Who is
it's
it?
cool. But
Isn't it
don't you
Jackson
know
Gillies?
It is Jackson Gillies.
Yeah.
Jackson Gillies' brand new single just came out today called I Could Have Loved You. Oh, there it is.
And he writes all his own shit.
It is written by him,
I
yes.
could have loved you.
So it's a brand new song. Tomorrow night you can see him on the Unity Shop Telethon, KEYT TV, streaming live at unityshop.org, where he'll be performing with Kenny Loggins. Remember Kenny Loggins? Highway to the danger zone.
Everybody knows.
Kenny Loggins. Mama Can't Dance and Your Daddy Don't Rock and Roll. And, oh, what's the one from?
I'll just say I'm
What's the golf movie with Bill Murray?
I'll just say it's cool.
What is it?
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. What's the song he does from that?
I'm nobody's fool.
Oh, I'm all right.
I'll just say
Ain't nobody worrying about me.
So
Yeah,
Kenny
Ken-
Loggins like took
Oh,
Jackson Gillies under his wing.
Well, you don't have to lower it all the way. Yeah. I think there's more to it than that.
They're in love.
I think Jackson once had something going with Kenny Loggins' daughter or something.
Oh, really?
I think there was something like that.
Yeah, you know, Jackson gets the babes.
Well, yeah, he does. He
He
plays.
writes all these like sad, beautiful songs, but he
Right.
definitely
He plays
gets,
guitar. He sings
he gets
songs.
the ladies.
He plays up his condition. Smart man.
You think he uses his his condition card to get the babes?
Why wouldn't he? There's got to be a benefit to having a condition. I'll play it up. You know what would really help? So you can see Jackson with Kenny Loggins tomorrow. UnityShop.org. Unity Shop. Shop is spelled SHOPPE.org.
Like the sweet shop.
That's tomorrow. Friday the 18th. LukeTheater.org. You can see Jackson again. And then on December 20th, he'll be playing a Winter's Music Showcase live on KEYT TV, KEYT TV, and that will be on YouTube and Hulu. And then December 30th, he's doing the Bittersweet Gratitude concert, and Kenny Loggins will be with him on there too. That's it.
They're kind of similar. Like, I think it's a good matchup.
That's a TEDx thing. TEDx Santa Barbara.
TEDx?
TEDx, you know those TED Talks?
Yep.
TEDxSantaBarbara.com. And on top of that, if we have...
See how on top of this I am? I stopped it before it went to the next YouTube.
Nice.
I am back, people.
Well done.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was a Sallie shit show, but I'm on top of it now.
And our last show for the holidays will be December 22nd. We're hoping to have the video screens hooked up by then. And if we do, Jackson will be joining us live via FaceTime or Skype, one of those. He'll be live on a video screen. The video screen will probably be right back here somewhere, right behind us. And he'll be joining us, and he's going to sing some holiday tunes. He's going to sing that song that we just played for you. And he's going to hang out and have some laughs with us. He's a good guy.
That's a Tuesday, right?
That is a Tuesday. December 22nd is our last show before the holidays, and we won't be back until January 3rd? 3rd or 4th, something like that, whatever that Monday is. So, so lots of cool stuff happening with Jackson Gillies. We wish him the best with that brand new song.
Captain Jack is watching, and he said something really nice about Gov's Radio and like us the other day. He was talking about like all the things that have gotten him through this year, and we made that list. We made the Captain Jack list. So thank you, Captain. Our pleasure. And you totally added to our year too. It was a rough year. What a freaking year, man. In every way. And it's still like I keep thinking like December was going to get like better, and it just is not. Like it almost feels like it's getting worse. Like it's like the anchor of the bad year.
I'm going to make your year worse
you
right
make
now.
Every day worse. But
What the hell? Wow. Wow.
look, he picked up his pen and wrote something.
Goodness.
I'm going to yell at Sallie about this later. Wow. I got my feelings hurt
What a meanie.
at 11:41.
Yesterday, we were talking about John Bon Jovi
Yeah,
and his horrible Christmas music that he put out.
certainly.
And then I pointed out how he looks miserable all the time. And I mentioned how there's a picture of him and Paul McCartney at a concert where McCartney is like jumping all around and Bon Jovi's just sitting there. Well, I did some research, and my people gave me some intel on this photo.
You have people?
I do have people.
You have Bon Jovi people?
No, not Bon Jovi people.
Oh.
Good people. So they gave me some intel, and then I did some research myself, and I found some more pictures from the same concert where McCartney is dancing around and Bon Jovi's just sitting there. McCartney, so there's probably like 3, 4, 5 pictures where McCartney is just jumping all over the place, having a blast at this concert.
Oh, so they were arguing with you.
What?
Oh, you just said McCartney. Okay. Sorry. I thought I got confused saying they send you pictures of times Bon Jovi was happy.
No.
Okay.
No, it's all pictures from the same concert.
Got it.
And every single one of them, McCartney's like, or he's standing up. Even when he's sitting down, he's got at least his
And
hands on
he's
the
twice
on the-
Bon Jovi's age.
Yes. And in every picture, Bon Jovi's just like this. Well, it turns out, Sallie, that these pictures, remember, I think I even said to you on the air yesterday, my guess is that this is either a Springsteen concert or a Billy Joel concert.
You were right.
I was wrong.
Oh, what was it?
It's an Eagles concert.
Oh, well, I like Bon Jovi for the first time ever because if I got fucking dragged to a Eagles concert, that's how I would look.
All right, well, 2 things with that statement you just said. First off, it's an Eagles concert. Hicksville education. Well, you're always the one. Look, they wrote T-H-E-I-R when it should be T-H-E-Y apostrophe E-R. Dope.
I'm not that
dumbass.
bad.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Totally. So if you drag
I'm
me
not.
to a Eagles concert, I'll just sit in the back and eat a ice cream.
You're such a dick.
But also, with that statement you just said, who in the world would side with Bon Jovi over Paul McCartney? That just shows where
Here's
you
what
are,
happened.
Sallie.
No,
No.
You got to say a lot. I get to talk
It's like
now.
going against the Pope.
Paul is just a really, really nice person, right? You have to admit that. Like, is there anyone nicer than Paul McCartney?
Ken Pichel.
No, Ken Pichel will actually, like, make fun of you in a nice way. Like, it's because he's honest. Like, Ken Pichel is honest. Whereas Paul, he's so nice, he doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Keep covering your face over there, babe.
Because I can't find the sweet spot.
Is that how we know we found the
Yeah,
sweet spot?
I could hear it. I don't hear it well because I have the headphones on, so I don't hear it well here, and then I hear it well here. So anyway, Paul doesn't want the Eagles' feelings to be hurt because they're so awful.
He's Paul McCartney. He doesn't
So he
have
has
to do
to stand
anything.
up and
No.
make them all. And there's a bunch of them that, by the way, hardly any of them even started the Eagles. They're just forced to play these awful songs.
What?
So,
Don Henley is an original Eagle.
right.
He is.
So, right. So Paul is just being nice. And
Paul McCartney doesn't have to be nice to anybody. He's Paul McCartney.
But he is. And Bon Jovi is just like, this is bullshit and twangy. And oh my God, how many times are they going to play Hotel California? That's what
You're
Bon
like-
Jovi is doing.
You're like, it's like defending David Duke over defending the Pope, for crying out loud. What is the matter with you? I bet you Paul McCartney says, oh, I wish I wrote that Hotel California. What a great song that is, mate. I wish I wrote that one. I know I wrote Yesterday and Hey Jude and City Love Songs and Let It Be, but that Hotel California, mate, that's a good song right there.
You sound just like Elio.
Brilliant.
So yeah,
Now let's go for a spotty.
I like Bon Jovi more now.
Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. And it doesn't say much for you.
California.
And it doesn't say much for you if you prefer Bon Jovi over the Eagles and Paul McCartney. I'll give you the Eagles. That's fine. But Paul McCartney? Shame. Shame on you, Sallie O'Neill. Shame. I'm disgusted.
And correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm
Yes,
definitely
you're wrong.
asking this.
You're wrong.
And I don't know the answer
Wrong.
to it.
Wrong.
It feels like not only is Hotel California an awful song, stay with me.
All right, I disagree, but go ahead.
Not only is Hotel California an awful song, isn't it also a incredibly long song? Or do I just get irritated and it's a 2-minute song and I'm making it, and it feels like a 6-minute song? to me?
No, it is. It's 6 and change. But it has one of the most iconic guitar solos at the end.
Oh, I hate guitar solos.
Well, fine. Tell that to Eric Clapton.
I don't like
Tell that to Paul McCartney.
guitar solos.
What's wrong with you?
Just play the song and finish it and end it. No one needs to hear you strum for an extra
Do you
hour.
like Hey Jude?
No.
No.
Well, I do.
No, huh?
I do.
But
There's no buts.
all right, so you're okay with 3 minutes of na 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 na
hate
Hey
it.
Jude.
No, I hate that part. I hate any type of repeating. I just think to myself, I could be doing something else right now. I already heard those words. I already heard that part. Do something else. It's like a cheat. Like they're just like, all right, just
It's a
get on
cheat.
with it.
A great guitar solo is a cheat. Freebird, arguably one of the best guitar solo, maybe the best guitar solo ever, that goes on for probably 3 or 4 minutes. You're going to tell me that?
Here's what's interesting. As much as I hate guitar solos, I actually like drum solos.
Well, you
Why
can't-
is that?
Yeah, why
Explain
is
that.
that?
Analyze that.
Because you're a freak.
No, analyze that. Like,
No,
why?
I don't want to analyze that. You make me sick.
Why do I like drum solos and not guitar solos?
Please show us your interpretation of a drum solo.
My Liberty DeVito?
Yeah.
Oh, I pulled a Liberty DeVito on Shep yesterday. You were gone. You're already upstairs doing getting your stuff together. I was talking to Cindy. So Cindy has a shepherd, and the shepherd's name is Shepherd. So, but oh my goodness, we love this dog. But the dog is like 5 years old, and I don't know why. Like the dog doesn't pee or poo in the house. And like when the dog first moved in with us 3 years ago, there's always that initial. You have to expect it. You have to expect that initial like few months of them settling in, knowing where to go, knowing what to ask. You know, I don't get excited about that stuff. No one cares. But the last week, I don't know why, and I think it's because I don't know why. I really don't know why. But like 4 days in a row, Shep peed and pooed upstairs in the the walkway, like upstairs. And so we wake up and we're like, ah, crap. So I was telling Cindy that that when I saw it, I didn't want to go downstairs and just pet her head because it's been like the third time. So I just yelled at her with my arms. Like I was like, just like yelling at her. And she's like, you look like you're doing Liberty DeVito. So I was like, I Liberty DeVito'd Shep this
I bet
morning.
she'd like to do Liberty DeVito.
So it was just funny. Like, I just want Shep to know, don't do that. Ah. And Shep was like, sorry.
That was Sally's squirrel moment right there. Squirrel! As we're trying to talk about music, and we said we have a whole bunch of things to talk about, she decided to add a story.
Yeah, sorry.
And all we did was talk about drum solos and somehow got into Shepherd the
I
Shepherd.
like drum solos. I don't like guitar solos.
All right, listen, I need you guys to do us a favor. I don't know why I'm having trouble seeing comments. But yesterday we were talking with you guys about how nobody's getting notifications that the show is even on.
Oh, did we do that thing?
Well, that's what I'm bringing up right now.
Yeah, but don't we just do it?
So go ahead, do it. But I'm going to tell them to do it too.
Okay, good. I'll do it.
No, I think each individual person has to do it.
Oh, all right.
I'm not sure. Anyway, we were told that if you put into the comments an exclamation point and then right, without a space, just exclamation point notify.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly that's going to change things, and you'll get notifications from now on that the show is on.
Just like that?
That's the way I understood it. I could be completely wrong. I don't know if we just have to do it or if each individual person has to do it. I don't even know at this point. But we were told that's how to fix the problem.
Adam Snare said Sally hates nice, fun, and great things.
Right. That's exactly the running theme of every show here.
Yeah, I just can't stand them. I'm like, all right already.
Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Like when Eric Clapton is playing and doing a song, I'm like, wow, what a talent. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And then,
What a talent. I wish it would stop.
and inevitably, I'm like, okay, enough already. Like, kind of like your kid. Like, they have to, like, do...
What about my kid?
It's kind of like when...
You hate my kids, you son of a bitch.
Not your kid, like, your kid. Like,
Oh, your kid. Like a
every
dog. Your
household has to go with the one freaking kid who has to do magic. We all... You can't escape it. Like the recorder sound in third grade.
The
You
what
can't-
sound?
Recorder. You know that...
I thought you said recorderer.
No. So every household has the kid that is like, here's a card, pick any card, pick a card. And after like the 8th time, you're like, fucking go away.
You're such a cold-hearted person. I loved
Eric
every
Clapton's
minute
like
of my
that.
son's magic tricks when he was
I
6.
did not. After like the 6th time, I was okay. 7th time, I'm like, you got to go away. Yeah. And I was happy through
She's
the
a witch.
kind of like Eric Clapton. I'm happy when he plays his songs. He's very, very good, very, very talented. After a while, go away or do your next song. Enough already. We've heard this already.
Sally yelled at me last week. I had Hendrix on, and she was
Oh,
like,
it was
"She's
so
like, can you?
awful.
What is that? what is that playing? What is that? Like, it's Jimi Hendrix. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's Jimi Hendrix.
Well, what I wanted to do was like throw a chair at you. And
Yeah, I was like- so I go,
did.
I guess you want me to stop
I
it?
was actually looking around for chairs to throw a chair at him. And so I came out as an adult and went, hey, buddy, what are you listening to?
I was so happy you took Kevin for a COVID test the other day because the hour and a half that you were gone, I played Sting the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for waiting for me to be gone
Thank
for
you.
that.
Yes, I couldn't tell you the last time I even listened to Sting because, is that Sting? What a great voice. It's not, that high pitch isn't going through
Yeah,
my
it's
skull at all.
Really
I love
high
it.
pitch. Yeah. Anyway, so you're not getting comments. I'm getting comments.
I'm not getting comments. No.
Oh, Gina thanked me for singing happy birthday to her twice yesterday.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, speaking of birthdays, it's Carla Okerson's birthday today. Happy birthday, Carla. I should have announced the birthday earlier because, Carla, if you can get in here before we go off the air, Sally will kiss you on the mouth
No.
for your birthday.
No.
Which will then mean it's my birthday. Yeah, she will.
No.
She will.
I won't.
Do it.
Nope.
Also, little tidbit. Yesterday, our very own Tom Galati was on TV. Did you know that?
No, but before you get to that, because you'll have to explain this to me, Fremder said, guitar solos are for cool people who love fingering. Drum solos are cool or people who love to get their cymbals played. That was it.
It's exactly what you think it means.
Okay.
Tom Galati, there's a news station here. It's Long Island News Channel 12. And every... They once or twice a week, what do they call it? Did you know? Maybe it's like a trivia thing, a trivia segment where this girl, Lily Stolzberg, she asks, I don't know, maybe 5 questions. And what she used to do pre-COVID, she would go someplace to a public place like a mall or something.
Oh, that lady?
Yeah. And she would ask random people and she would ask a question, you see, their answers. Now she just does it doing, on Zoom. So I guess people have to, sign up if they'd like to play or be a part of it. So yesterday, Tom Galati was on there.
That's awesome.
And because it was the first day of Hanukkah, she was asking Hanukkah questions. So how many questions do you think Galati got right?
0.
A big fat 0!
I wouldn't know it either.
There was actually, I don't remember what the question was now, but there was one question that I actually knew.
Like,
why,
okay,
I have no idea.
When we were doing trivia last week, I asked one question, which was, what holiday is this week? And the answer was Hanukkah. And the reason why I was in that section of like looking like things up, I was looking up Hanukkah trivia, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know any of this. Like, none.
Because you're racist.
And I thought I did, and I don't.
Racist. You hate everybody. She just hates everybody. Well, that's why she doesn't like Eric Clapton, because he's Jewish.
Is he?
No.
Ah.
All right, so... oh, you know what? All right, so Tom Galati was on TV yesterday. Well, that was fun. It was good to see his face. He's coming back. He's coming back here soon.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Soon.
Joe Stas is watching.
Hello, Joe Stas. Did you hear that a Baldwin native... Baldwin is a town on Long Island. It's southwest of here, probably 20, 30 minutes.
Alec Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin's from Massapequa.
Oh.
He grew up right in your neighborhood, by the way. He did. Right in your neighborhood, right where you are. And so did W.C. Fields, from what we're told.
Didn't Seinfeld also?
Well, W.C. Fields isn't from Massapequa, but at one point had a house right in your neighborhood, just a few blocks away from you.
Wow.
Seinfeld, no, not in your neighborhood, but in Massapequa, yes. And Steve Guttenberg, he's from Massapequa. And Marvin Hamlish. And the Stray Cats, they're from Massapequa.
Wow.
And now you. Baldwin is a town about 20, 30 minutes west of us, southwest. A Baldwin native named Jasmine Mogbelly, Mogbelly, Moghbeli. Mofbelly? I don't know. Something like that. She's 37. She's a former major in the Marine Corps. She's among 18 astronauts selected Wednesday by NASA to form its Artemis team with a goal of putting a man and the first woman ever on the moon. This will most likely happen in 2024.
That's great.
And she's been selected as one of the 18 finalists. I think it's going to be a total of 9 people, I think, going up. I think. And I believe half of these 18, it's like 7 or 8 or 9 of these 18 finalists are women. So that's cool. But yeah, so she's up in the running for possibly being the first woman ever on the moon.
That's cool. One of our Long Island own.
Yep, I think that's very cool.
Yeah.
That's all I got on that one.
Oh, someone's saying happy birthday, Ken. Is it Ken's birthday coming up?
Ken who?
Too?
Pichelle?
Yeah.
Ken Pichelle, is your birthday coming up? I'm going to say it's not. I don't know why.
Huh.
Wow. I also want to talk about, speaking of space, there is this man named Haim Eshed, served as the head of Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. He has told the Israeli publication that's called Yediot Aharonot.
Sounds like you're saying idiot.
I definitely said that right. Yediot Aharonot.
You know how you like idiot?
Idiot. Well, it fits. Okay. It fits with this story.
Idiot.
He told this publication that aliens have been among us for a very long time and communicate exclusively with the U.S. and Israel. Excuse me. There's an agreement between the U.S. government and the aliens. They signed a contract with us to do experiments here. They, too, are researching and trying to understand the whole fabric of the universe and they want us as helpers. He believes that aliens live in an underground base on Mars, along with some of Earth's astronauts, and that they have formed a galactic federation. That's what he's calling it, the Galactic Federation. They're not keen for the rest of humankind to know the truth. Ashed insists that President Trump knows all about this and that he was on the verge of disclosing the existence of these aliens until the Galactic Federation told him, hold off, Donald. As humanity needs to evolve and reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are.
Okay.
Strangely enough, Haim Eshed is not the only government official to make such claims. The former defense minister for Canada, Paul Hellyer, is famous for his bizarre insistence that multiple species of aliens have visited Earth, again, working with the American government.
All right. So what's your problem with it?
What's my problem with it? I'll be the first to say I believe anything is possible. So I guess it could be possible. I don't believe that aliens came down to Earth and picked the U.S. and Israel.
No?
No. I think, they would have... their intelligence would not be that good. Like, are they that much more advanced that they figured out, this great country, the United States, before they figured out, I don't know, Bali? Like, you know what I mean? Like
why America as opposed to Norway or something like that?
Exactly. Why not the whole of Europe? I don't know. It just sounds weird to me. This Galactic Federation. Although there are people that claim that they've been abducted by aliens. I do know one person that swears he was on an alien ship. I will not give out his name because he swears he was taken away when he was around 10 years old. Sammy Hagar claims that he was taken by aliens. And then I have my cousin Linda, who we spoke to on the phone once, who swears she met her husband on an alien ship. And then was reunited with him, I don't know, 10, 20 years later here on Earth, and then they got married.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, you say?
Yeah. Nice, story to tell your kids.
Very romantic story. Where'd you two meet? On a
Do they have
spaceship.
children?
Not together.
Oh.
But they do have children, yes.
Okay. Like she has her own and he has his own?
That would be correct.
And do any of the kids say, oh, yeah, I remember the time Mom and Dad were gone?
Well, the fact that they're green and have horns has nothing to do with alien ships.
Yeah. Okay, so they were born after the abduction. So maybe they were inseminated up on the spaceship.
My cousin may have had one or two kids already when she claims to have met her husband. I forget the timeline, but I'm pretty sure she had at least one or two kids. But she claims her and her mother, my Aunt Ruth, she claims that even when she was a little kid, her mother used to point them out. She would look up in the sky, and I have a vague memory of Aunt Ruth pointing one to me.
Really?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that's a spaceship.
But I was very little, and I couldn't tell you what I was like. I don't have a memory of seeing something up there.
And you weren't like, yeah, that they're going to JFK.
Well, that's the thing. I couldn't even, my recollection, because I was so little, my recollection is so vague that I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't sit here and say, well, it looked like an airplane. I don't remember actually looking up. I just had this vague memory of her looking. I remember I have an image of her looking up and her saying something to me about a ship being up there, but that's pretty much as far as my memory goes.
Okay.
With that, but you're in let's get out of here mode.
No, I was just reading comments.
Comments?
Yeah.
Go ahead, read them. Or
I'm
no?
lying. I was in my mode of getting out of here.
All right. I'm just going to do one more thing and then we'll go. All right, because this is something that's been going on for a while that we haven't talked about yet.
Okay.
This 17 or 18-year-old football player down in Texas that attacked the referee.
Oh, yeah, we saw the...
Yeah, we saw the video. I'm sure everybody has seen the video by now. But like I said, this has been going on for a good week or two. We just haven't touched it yet, and I've been dying to touch it. It's been on my list for weeks.
I don't know anything about it other than I saw this guy tackle the ref, and then they're like, "Wow, that was bad."
The referee So it's a high school game, and if you haven't seen it, go to YouTube. You'll find it.
For some reason, I just thought you said NFL.
No, I said 18. I said.
Okay.
So-
I heard the 18, but then I heard that I thought you said NFL. So my mind was already thinking, wow, he's young for the NFL.
So the ref. So yeah, it's a high school football game. 18-year-old player. It's on YouTube. You'll see it, and of course you'll see a whole bunch of others there too. But this one in particular, high school game. The ref called 2 penalties against this player. I don't know exactly what the play was, but one of the penalties was unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, boy. And he said, I'll give you something to cry about.
Well, then, so he got ejected from the game. And the video I saw doesn't show the play, so I don't know what happened. So he gets ejected from the game. This kid, he's 18, he's 5'11", 225 pounds.
Oh, big boy.
Emmanuel Duran, he's 18. The ref, I thought I had it. I don't know the height and measurements of the ref.
He's a man, you know.
He's a man, but he looks smaller than the player.
He looks like a tender man.
So the player's thrown out of the game. You see this kid in the video come running from the sidelines, rushes to midfield, delivers a hard blindsided tackle that knocked the referee on his ass. I mean, the referee didn't even see him coming.
Right.
He's not totally from the back, but kind of like on the side.
Yeah.
But
that's
yeah,
an
just
awful feeling.
Barrels right into him. The ref goes down on his ass, and he doesn't get up. He does. If I remember right, he does eventually get up. But this kid had to be held back because he was going to go back for more. Then the other team, they come rush into the ref's aid. So there was almost and then the other team, then both teams clashed, but they kept it peaceful, thank goodness, because the last thing you want is high school
brawl.
I hate high school brawls. To me, it's not a good thing. We shouldn't encourage it. I don't like it. Even on the major, the professional level, sometimes I just think they look like idiots. I was at a Met game once where Tim Tuffle got into a fight with Rob Dibble, a pitcher from the Cincinnati Reds. And I'll admit, it was fun being there. I was, I think, 19. I think I was 19. 18, 19, 20 at the most. And it was definitely like, and we were right there. We had snuck down to get, to field level, and we were right there, man. And there was a bunch of us that went. We had such a blast, and it was fun. Like, kick his ass out. The whole place was going nuts. And this was just as the little rumblings had started about Pete Rose possibly betting on games, and he was managing the Reds at the time. So he comes out, he's, yelling at the umpires and stuff. The crowd is just going nuts. Rose must go. Rose must go. So I admit it was fun, but since then, because now I'm grown up and mature. I don't know. To me, it just makes the game look bad. It doesn't matter what sport. It just makes the game look bad. There's been some crazy NBA fights. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, but even less on a high school level. You don't encourage these kids to fight like that. So he rushed the field. He tackles the ref. So he was arrested because he's 18. So he was arrested, charged with assault causing bodily injury. Was held on $10,000 cash or security bond. And then the reports I read didn't say. I think the ref was okay, but it didn't specify whether there were any injuries or anything. Or a court date for this kid on what's going to happen. But, I don't know. He's 18, and he should be. I don't care that he's in high school. He's 18. Even if he was 16, even if you're 13, not to rush the ref and tackle him. So, I think he should be held to the full extent of the law. And he should never be allowed to play football again. Damn him.
Yeah, I definitely...
Stupid Emmanuel.
Yeah, I mean, if he were my son, I would definitely... He would not play football the rest of the year.
That was my son. Forget about it.
Yeah, I would... You don't know how to act on the field, then you don't go on the field. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Maybe it is a good wake-up call for him, to how to behave out in, public for the rest of his life.
Yeah, Emmanuel.
I don't... Because that's crazy. I mean, what teacher doesn't make you mad? What ref doesn't make you mad? The idea that you're actually going to think you're equal to him, like you're going to tackle. No, you're not. you're a child, and if apparently you're not a child anymore, and you're going to do something like that, then yeah, you're going to have to
play it in the background again.
deal with it.
Heading out. And believe me, there are certain teachers I wish I could have hit. We used to have this gym teacher, Mr. Goldberg. He used to poke you if he was mad at you. Man, I would love to. Well, he's dead now, but I would love to hit him.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Jackson Gillies. Don't forget, Jackson Gillies. A lot going on in his world. So check out his new song, I Could Have Loved You. It's on YouTube. I believe it's on all the music streaming services. So go check that out. And it's time for us to get the hell out of here. It's Friday. Everybody have a great weekend. We have tonight at 9:30. We have 9:30. 9 o'clock. Films on tap. Tim Saliani and birthday girl Carla and their friends. Films on tap. Right. That's it for today.
Yeah.
And then Sunday. Don't forget Sunday at 11. Felix returns. Let's Eat Long Island returns Sunday at 11. And then Sally and I are back here on Monday. Let's hope those numbers stabilize. Let's hope we get some more work in here done so we can get one or two people in here. Maybe hopefully next week. Maybe start bringing in a guest or two. So everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday at 11. Suck it.